6 days. That's how long it took me to get two of my biggest desires using a method most people spend years studying without ever seeing a single result. A relationship that I wanted back and a financial situation that completely changed my life. 6 days. And here's the part that matters. I had zero knowledge of Seth or Jane Roberts when it happened. I was using one book, one man's teachings, Neville Goddard. So if this video is supposed to be Neville versus Seth, then why am I even making it? Because years later, I found Seth, and Seth didn't replace what Neville gave me. He explained why it worked. And once I understood that, everything I thought I knew about manifestation got clearer. This video is not a competition. It's a completion. Stay with me because by the end of this, you're going to understand something that most people in this space never figure out in their lifetime. My name is Michael. I run this channel called Embody the State. I teach the law of assumption, Neville Goddard's work, combined with Seth and Jane Roberts. And Seth is just a non-physical entity that was channeled by Jane Roberts, just for context. I've used these teachings to manifest financial abundance across multiple businesses I own. I've manifested specific people into my life, and one of them in even 24 hours, which I can make a video about if you guys want, and let me know in the comments. I've helped change the reality of people I love, including my brother's alcoholism and my mother's breast cancer diagnosis. She rang that bell at the hospital, cancer-free. And I'm not telling you this to impress you. I'm telling you this because everything I'm about to share with you, I have lived it. And the first thing you need to know is this. I did not need Seth to get results. Neville gave me the mechanism, the thing that actually produces the result, the how. Seth gave me the foundation, the reason the mechanisms work or doesn't work for different people, and the why. And when you have both, you stop guessing and you start knowing. And that's a major difference. The day I found Neville's work, I was 8 days out of a breakup. I was not okay at all. But I found the teachings and I started applying them immediately. No weeks of studying first, no belief excavation, no elaborate rituals. Every time I thought of her, and I thought of her constantly, believe me, I went to the end. I would imagine receiving a text from her, something that implied we were getting back together. And I would just react to that. And I'd feel the relief, the gratitude. Sometimes the image that came was us on a date. And I didn't force it. Those images came naturally because I was hungry for them. So I fed that hunger, just as Neville taught us. I would see myself paying the bill at a nice restaurant, watching her reaction as I do that, buying her the flowers she deserved, because at the time I used to feel guilty that all I could afford was cheap ones. I kept seeing her face when I gave them to her, that happiness, that look. I felt full just imagining it, happy and grateful that I could finally give her what she was worth. That feeling of love and giving and gratitude, that was the state I returned to every time the craving hit. And I imagined my mental diet perfectly. I managed it perfectly. I'm telling you, those 6 days were the most perfect mental diet I've ever had. And I'm grateful for those days, not because, everything was easy, but because it showed me what was possible. And even though that's not my experience today all the time, it showed me that it's still possible. And any negative thought that crept in, I watched it, but I didn't fight it. I didn't try to destroy it or dig into it. I observed it the way I believed God would observe it. Would God be afraid of this thought? No. Would he be anxious the way that I was anxious at these thoughts? No. Would he be worried the way that I was worried? No. And the list goes on. And the moment I asked those questions, something shifted because I knew I was connected to something far greater than whatever thought was trying to shake me. I anchored myself to one idea above everything else. Creation is finished. That reality, us together, already existed. It was done. I just had to keep giving thanks for it. Day 6. I felt a natural pull, almost like a compulsion, to hide from my supervisor and open a dating app. 5 swipes in, her profile appeared, and I messaged her. She told me she had been crying every single night, convinced that I have moved on, which to me was silly, by the way, but that's what she believed. And long story short, we were back together within 10 minutes. That same week, I was 30 days from homelessness. I was working on a construction site for a big company that you may know called AstraZeneca, and we were renovating their 4th and 5th floor of their headquarters. And on day 3 of learning this work, bad news arrived. I felt defeated for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute at the most. And then I recovered. I was on the phone and I said 4 words when I received the bad news. It's already a done deal. 3 hours later, a wealthy businessman reappeared. My father, by the way, and the way this all started was my father called me and asked me which business he wanted me to get into, a certain business, and wanted to know if I knew anyone that could kind of show us the way. And I reminded him that the woman that he married, that he remarried, her best friend's fiance happened to be in the industry. So I said, why don't you give this man a call? And just like that, my father gave him a call, and that man appeared in my life. And he was someone that owned about over 22 businesses at the time. And he wanted to give me one of his licensed businesses. It's a federally licensed business. Everything on paper, everything mine. The same day, a project manager offered me a job. And the job was for a company called Turner. And they're the ones that built Madison Square Garden and a bunch of the Dubai towers. And they wanted to take me under their wing. So I started changing everything. And obviously, you see, opportunity came. But I shook his hand and I told him, I will never step foot on a construction site as a worker ever again. And I told him, thank you, but no thank you. And years later, and many years later, I ended up returning to construction sites, but as the owner of my own company. 2 desires, 6 days, Neville Goddard alone. No Seth, no believe work, no system, just the mechanism. And I know exactly what you're thinking right now. So if Neville worked that fast, why learn anything else? That's the right question, and I'll answer it. But first, let me tell you what Neville actually gave me, because most people misunderstand his work entirely. Neville taught that the physical world is not the cause of your experience, it is the effect. The 3D and everything you can see, touch, measure, or worry about is always a reflection of past states. Never the cause, always the consequence. And the mechanism he gave to change that outer world is feeling. Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. Not visualization, not affirmations, not scripting. Feeling a state produces that state, and that's it. That's the mechanism. Feel it as real. The subconscious receives it as instruction. The outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself. Neville also taught frequent occupancy. And he said it is the frequency, not the length of time, that makes it natural. Frequent occupancy of the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret of success, which is exactly what I was doing without realizing it, that it had a name. Every time the hunger hit, every time I craved her, I planted a seed. Brief, natural, and not forced. I plant seeds only when I'm hungry. And that's what I want you guys to do. Plant seeds only when you're hungry. And that's the mechanism. And it works. I am living proof that it works. But here's the problem with that. I was not a typical case. And for those of you that know my story, you will know that as well. And for those of you that don't, let me fill you in. My 6 days worked because of something that I didn't understand at the time. My emotional state during those 6 days was unusually clean. Not because I was peaceful. Truthfully, I was actually desperate. But that desperation, when it is focused in one direction, is concentrated emotional energy. And concentrated emotional energy drives a thought from the inner world into the physical world faster. I had no conflicting beliefs about whether this was possible. I had no years of failure telling me it wouldn't work. I found the teaching on day one and I just believed it. Which would have been great, except not everyone comes to this work that way. A lot of you guys have a lot of, I would call it conditioning. And some people have been trying this for months. Some have even been trying for years. They feel the state, they do the technique, and nothing moves. And the question Neville never fully answered is, why does it work in 6 days for some people and not at all for others? That's the question that Seth answered for me. Seth said something that stopped me cold the first time I read it. He said, you get what you concentrate upon. There is no other main rule. Simple, but then he went deeper. He explained that your feelings and your imagination, the very tools Neville taught you to use, are the downstream of something else. They are the downstream of your beliefs. Your ideas and beliefs form the structure of your experience. This is why two people can do the exact same technique and get completely different results. One of them has a belief that this works. One of them has a deeper belief that it doesn't, that they're not worthy, that love doesn't last, the money is hard to come by. And the deeper belief is the dominant feeling. The dominant of the two feelings is the one expressed. You see, Seth and Neville were saying the same thing. From different angles, though. Neville told you what to do, and Seth told you what was underneath it. And that is not a competition. That is a complete map. And I know what you're thinking right now. Okay, Michael, so do I work on beliefs or do I do Neville's techniques? I say both, but not the way most people in the space teach it. I don't stop craving my desires while I work on my beliefs. If I'm working on a belief that I'm worthy of love, I'm still going to feel that pull towards the person I want, just like all of you do. And I'm not going to pretend that I don't, because that'd be silly. Seth's work addresses the foundation, the beliefs running underneath. Neville's work addresses the hunger, the natural craving to feel the wish fulfilled. I use them at different moments. Early in my day, I do Seth's belief work. I name the belief that isn't serving me. I say to myself, this is a belief. It is not necessarily true. And I do the process Seth gives until I feel that belief shift, because I've done that. Most of my thoughts throughout the day are already cleaner. And that's the beautiful part, simply because I've done that. And that's why I love starting my day with that. And I recommend a lot of you guys do this. And the method is called the three-pronged method, by the way, which I've talked about in videos, but I can, do another video breakdown on that alone if you guys want. And just understand, when a craving hits, when I'm hungry for a desire, that's when I do Neville. I plant a seed, brief, natural, and not forced. Gratitude, pride, the feeling of already having it, because gratitude implies having, and you get what you are, not what you want. So if I'm consistently aware of having, having is what I become. I proved this with a credit card limit raised in 10 days. I planted exactly 2 seeds in that entire period. 2 moments of genuine feeling. 10 days, absolutely done. You do not have to obsess. You do not have to perform. You just have to be. I want to tell you about my brother as well. And for years, I had unconsciously been viewing him as a certain kind of person: an alcoholic, depressed, argumentative, struggling, the list goes on. And he was reflecting every single one of those things back at me, because everyone is you pushed out. Everyone in your reality is reflecting your own beliefs about them. He attempted to end his life. And that was the moment I understood. I had been doing this to him, not consciously, but the inner vision I held of him and the beliefs. That was the most powerful force shaping his reality and mine. So I changed it. And every time I thought of him, I saw him thriving, sober, happy, with his daughter financially stable. And I refused to see him any other way. Day 5 or 6, somewhere around there, he and I got into an argument. And I tried to share these teachings with him regarding Neville and everything I knew. And he just called me a dreamer. He pretty much threw it in my face. He told me I was stupid for believing in this. And it would have been super easy to let that land. But I also knew he was just reflecting the remaining parts of my old focuses of him. The 3D was pushing back, and that's okay, because I know that my focus was not 100% the entire time. And sometimes that does happen, but it's not always. It just can happen depending on certain factors. And I didn't fight him. I didn't argue back. I just kept the inner vision. And by day 10, my father sent me a message, and he told me that my brother had told him he hadn't felt the urge to drink in days. He was optimistic. He had multiple job offers, and he was spending time with his daughter. Day 10. I'm not going to tell you that Neville is better than Seth, and I'm not going to tell you that Seth is better than Neville. I think it would be a disservice to both of them and to you to rank one above the other. A perspective that Seth shares might be the thing that makes everything click for you. And for someone else, a single line from Neville might be the thing that changes their entire life. I know which one it was for me. I found Neville in the darkest moments of my life, 30 days from losing everything, 8 days into a breakup, and one of his books found me. And I will always love him for that. Years later, Seth showed me why it all worked. And because of both of them, I get to stand here and teach all of you. So don't choose, study both, because each one helps you understand the other in ways that neither can do alone. Neville gave me the mechanism, and Seth gave me the foundation. Together, that's the complete map. If this video gave you something real, share it with someone who needs it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And I highly recommend watching my last 2 videos, which I'll put up here, that connect all these recent videos that I put out. Take care, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care and have a great day.